Generic greetings and welcome to PC Building Simulator. Today's beverage is a nice cup of chamomile tea. Nice. So, in the past, we have dabbled on this game quite a bit. We've gone through the career mode. That's when it was in early access, though. We've done some extreme overclocking and achieved a maximum performance increase of up to 4%, or turned the CPU into a ball of slag. So at least we achieved something, if in fact it wasn't really the desired effect. We managed to make a dream PC that turned out to be more of a nightmare because we couldn't find all of the parts. And finally, we dabbled and messed around with the LED system and made a rig that was akin to an explosion in a fruit pastel factory because of all of the colours everywhere. It was fairly hideous, but it's always been eventful and I've always had fun with it, which is why we're here, and we're going to be going through a bit of the career mode. It's going to be a mini-series. I don't know how far we'll get through it or if there's any sort of endgame goal. The goal, as always, is just to have fun and make it interesting, so hopefully we can achieve that. It's now out of early access, so you can see it's 1.0.3 version shown on the bottom right, and the career mode has been overhauled, along obviously with the addition of loads of new parts and systems like overclocking, LED settings, closed loop and custom water cooling, BIOS stuff and all of that sort of thing. So there's a lot more into the game than when I last played it heavily, so hopefully it should be quite interesting. Let's go to new game and crack on into it. Also, as of late, I've had a lot of computer issues, so my graphics card exploded, so I had to buy a new one of those. The standard hard drive that I used to record to has started to make some horrible noises. I think the platters are getting scratched by the by the CCAD, and it's just basically it's on its way out. I've already had to partition around it, and the SSD has lost about half of its space because again it's getting worried because the generic computational machine version 2 is actually about 3 years old now. So basically I've had to spend a lot of money as of late, so support me on Patreon. Anyway, Stuff Plus Generic Computer Services is up and running, and we can see from our email that we have a couple of things to read here. So from Timbo2000@supermail.com, welcome to your new PC shop. Hey, thanks for taking over the PC shop for me. Sorry it's not in a better state. A few things. The company isn't doing very well and there's no money in the bank account. In fact, it's minus 15 generic units of currency to be precise. The rent and energy bills come out monthly, so make sure you have enough money for them. I had a job on the go which should help with the rent. See the email below. We'll check that in but a moment. Remember to use your thermal paste when putting in a CPU. I almost always forgot, and that's when the PCs overheat. Yes, I've never done that in real life, thankfully, but I've done it several times in this game. So, I think you're all set up. It's your company now, so run it how you see fit. I hope you do better than what I did. Lots of love, Uncle Tim. P.S. I had to borrow 15. Delete. Right, so from gorbin@allthemail.com. Hi Tim, hope you can help me. My computer's been running slower than usual, so I think I might have clicked on something I shouldn't have. Do I have a virus? Thanks, Gary. So objective is to remove the viruses. Labor is 100 generic units of currency. No budget because there's no physical parts need to be replaced. Let's go to the PC and we'll pick it up and we'll move it around. So this is going to be, I guess this episode's going to be going through the tutorial stuff in the game, but I've played it enough to know not exactly what I'm doing. I was going to almost say exactly what I'm doing. That's not the case, and that's never the case. I know roughly what I'm doing. Let's see how incorrect that is. So if you've never played this game before, it is it's PC Building Simulator. It's the name is fairly accurate. It simulates PCs and things at to a more sort of heightened degree than maybe a lot of other games. And I always assumed that this would be not really a gap in the market that needed to be filled, but they've managed to do that. And that's not really in existence. Let's do it. And also played it very smart and got a lot of partners on board. So there's a lot of partners when it comes to the cases, the motherboards and all that sort of stuff. So you've got EVGA, you've got Corsair, you've got loads of them. In fact, I don't think there might be a couple of holes in there like that haven't got bits in, but it's still, I've got a lot of partners on board, which is good. I removed the side there just to show you that you A, can do it, and B, what the level of detail is. So you've got like the cabling settings, you've got the motherboard, the graphics card, all that sort of stuff. I don't need to actually do that. I'll go to install and put that side back on because we really don't need to do that. This is just to get rid of some viruses. So we need to go to install, order tools, we'll put our USB drive in, and also we'll go to cabling and we'll plug in the mouse, the keyboard. That looks like to be HDMI. It is HDMI. What else have we got? We've also got DVI. I don't know what that cross is. Is that DVI-E? I'm not too sure. And VGA by the look of it as well. But no display port. But that's only a 970, so I don't know if it has. I would assume it has. And then the cable. for power. Speaking of power, we will power it up and we will get some things installed and run some virus scans. So we'll go to add remove programs, virus scanner, that will install, and you can walk away from it. It will happily keep running when you're wandering around. So there we are. As I said, yes, it's got a lot of partners in the game, so that's pretty good. However, I reckon this game will date very, very quickly if they don't keep it updated. I know there's 2080 graphics cards in it now. I don't know if the Ryzen 7s are in it, but I know the 2080s are in it, and you know that's pretty good. You know, very, very up to date and modern. Obviously, as of the time of recording, in 5-6 months' time, that'll probably be out of date. 380 viruses on there, but it's now clean, which is good. If we click on that, we can see that the objectives are done. We just need to place it in the corridor. We'll rip it out from the wall. You don't need to power it off or anything like that. You just dump it there, and then we'll end the day. But yes, they're going to have to keep it updated, otherwise it will be a case of it'll just feel very, very dated very, very quickly. Oh, darn it, do you know what I didn't do? I didn't read any of this, and I should have collected that. There we go. And now we'll skip the day. Never just start pontificating and talking absolute garbage while you're trying to actually focus on running a business. It's not good. So that's done. We'll discard that mail. And they've got back to us and said, just want to say thank you for fixing the PC. It's booting faster than it has in years. Excellent. And that is good. So we'll discard that. We now have 3 others on here. Hi there. This is from G. Walters at rangemail.com. Hello, I need some more space to back up my files. Could you install 500 gig HDD, please? I'll bring it around first thing, so we'll accept that. That's in transit. That'll come tomorrow. We've got a email from Queen_Brittany at realinternet.co.uk. Broken graphics card. Hi, my graphics card has fried itself. Oh, right in the feels. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's... I think the fault I had was a wallet thickness fault, and it needed to reduce that. Anyway... what else is it? I need it replaced, maybe the same. So an NVIDIA GTX 970, please, on the Sheen ones. So that's fine. And then hello at ShermanDental.com. Have a look at the PC, please. It isn't running as well as it did when I first bought it, and I'm probably not taking the best care of it. It looks a bit dirty. Could you please give it once over? Remove viruses and clean dust out. Yes, I will accept that. So, those are on the way. We need to buy the parts. So, let's go to shop, because that's where you buy things. And also over to graphics card. She said a 970, so we can see that there is a Sheen GeForce GTX 970 Gamer, which is 265, which, if I'm correct, we should check. The budget for this was 265 generic units of currency, so we will buy that one. We'll add it to the cart. We also need to install a 500 gig hard drive. Matoni Easy Store 500 gig, 50 generic units of currency. I believe we're going to pay 60 though for that one. No, the budget is it's just 50 anyway. So those are in the cart, so we can choose our delivery options. Current delivery options are next day delivery, 30 generic units of currency. That's the standard option. If you want to do same day delivery, you can, but there's no point at this moment in time because the machines aren't here. The only real reason to do that is if you forget a part and you don't want to wait, or you've forgotten something and you need a part right this instant because the PC needs to be done that day, because there are certain time requirements for certain machines. You can also go for 3 to 5 working days, which will save you 20 generic units of currency because it only costs 10. However, that means a lot of forward thinking and planning, and you have a lot of PCs strewn out, and something that I just don't really bother with. So let's just buy that now, and then that'll arrive tomorrow, so we'll just end the day. And then we'll say end day, and then we'll go back to the office, and we can see there are now parts there. So we've got the graphics card and the storage. So we'll work from this one here, which is dirty, very, very dirty. Let's dust this out. So we will remove the side panel, and then we'll dust it. There we go. So we need to install compressed air and do that. I was once told that you shouldn't use compressed air because it can cause condensation, which obviously is not good for electrical components if you turn it on and it's all arcing and sparking and blowing things up. So you don't really want to do that. I can't say I think I have I have certainly used air duster in the past, but to be honest, no, I just use anti-static brushes and hoover it out these days. Although I've got a bottom and front panel that removes it, so I just take it outside and just air dust it, and then it goes everywhere instead of air dusting it in the house, because then you just get dust everywhere and then it gets, you know, all over the place, and it's much more of a problem than it needs to be. So there's that all done. So we'll install the side panel once again. There we go, and then we'll crack on. Install... Oh, actually nothing. It's just cabling. I would really like them... I'd really like to see a like a retro DLC. I think I mentioned it before, but retro DLC would be really cool. Not like sort of computers from the 70s or onwards. I'm talking sort of like mid to late 80s up until sort of early 2000s. Basically anything that LGR would show. That would be really, really cool. Oh, I haven't installed the... one of those. There we go. And now we can do that. Virus scanner. Yeah, that would be really cool, but I don't know if that's the way they want to take it. I'm guessing they're just going to be adding more parts and more things, but hey-ho. Who knows? Who knows? Restart the machine, yes. You can change the background on this, by the way, and you can also got the music player, and it's cool because you've got the soundtrack, you've also got music from your computer and the internet as well. So we've got Absolute Radio, we got jazz on there, we got a bit of... do we have classic rock? I don't know if we do. Look at that, there's loads of them. That's really cool. And what we'll do is run that virus scanner. See how many bad infected files. 270, okay. So that should be complete now. It is complete now, excellent. So we'll rip that out of the wall and we'll place it in the corridor. I'd like to place it to the far left to just indicate that that is now completed and done. This next one is for Queen Brittany, so we know that this is the graphics card. Shoulda. So we'll remove this panel here. A nice obsidian cube, I approve. I like more understated cases, personally, in my own house. I'm not a big fan of, you know, really flashy light-up cases and stuff. They're beautiful to look at. When you look at things like that, I mean, they're just really, really nice to look at. I also noticed that might be a real link, and maybe they're selling billboard space in this game. It wouldn't surprise me. I mean, that's really good to look at, but certainly nothing I would like in the property. I like sort of more things like that. Just out of sight, out of mind, silent, job done. Okay, so we need to remove that, and we need to remove this little thing here, which I'm not really familiar with. It looks like it is... I know what it is. It'll fold back, won't it? Yeah, right. So that holds in all of the PCI stuff. That's pretty good. I've never had a case like that before. They're normally either just standard retaining screws or a clip that goes down. But I've always had cases that, well, no matter how much they say you don't need tools, you're totally toolless, it's all click and connect and other things. Yeah, I've never had that experience. You always need to get a screwdriver out, and it's always one you can't find. Right, so graphics cards, that one is broken, we'll sell it, and then we'll click that one in, and no external power to be installed and connected to that one. Let's put this in. And there we are. So that should be done. We'll install the side panel once again. And it does say it needs to be able to clean boot to OS. So technically we could just go cable. I wonder if we can just do this. Alright, so it is turning on. Nothing's on the screen and we've got no of the other cables in. But will it work? Nah. Okay. I thought I was going to... I was thinking, can we just cheat? It did say turn on. It technically will turn on. Unlike when my graphics card was plugged in. I was just playing away, just talking to a friend, I think, and we're on the same game, and then PC just powered down. Thought, okay, I'll deal with that in the morning because it was late at night. Yep, had to mess around. Lo and behold, graphics card gone. And it wasn't a 970, it was a 980 Ti, so that cost some money. Because, you know, you can't get them anymore, so you have to get their equivalent or better, and Anyway, I digress. Place in corridor, done. Let's go over here and dump it down. So... that's in there, and then we've got this one which is G. Walters, which is install the hard drive. There we go. Okay, so we can see inside of it, and I can see there's no drive bays up there, and it looks like the drive bays will be in here, so either take this off and remove that big cover, or we might get lucky and remove this side and access it from here, and that's exactly what we've done. Excellent. We looked out install, we want to go for storage, that one there, place it in there, and then click that, it'll go in, then cabling, so we want the SATA connections, power connections. It is a fully modular power supply, so very, very nice indeed. And then we'll put that on there. I would also like I always said well, I like the cables not to come through the side of the case. That would be a good thing. I would like a hardcore mode where you have to get the standoffs right, and if you don't, you either break things putting them on, or I know it does do the motherboard standoffs and things, but I don't think it simulates them getting it wrong and it being able to be placed in and then arcing and sparking and breaking. Same as getting like the front panel header settings wrong and jumper settings. Although I can't say I've dealt with jumper settings for the last 10 years. I don't think they're really a thing anymore. Placing corridor. Okay, so we'll just, we'll do just that. And we'll get those jobs done. That would be a nice thing to see. And I think that's us. So, collect, and collect. So delete. Valued customer, this is from Megacorp Banking. Account overdrawn, yes, I'm aware. They're providing us with an overdraft fee, overdraft limit of 1,000, that's fine. New parts are available. It's a Zortac GeForce GTX 1050 Ti OC overclocked edition. Good. As you level up, you gain new parts. So, the PC Building Simulator team, you've reached level 2. You've unlocked 6th Gen Intel Core processors, 2 666MHz RAM, and Auto Connect tool. And also, these are the components available. So, Corsair ML120 and 140. That'll be coolers, I'm guessing. And we've got all the 6th generation i5s and i7s and i3s. That's mine there. i7 6700K, I believe. I think it was the 6th generation I've got. 3 and a bit years ago. Yes, it will be about right there, yeah. We've also got Team Group T4 Dark. That's all RAM. Silvertone ET55-B. I don't know what that is. And the next one we unlock Ryzen quad cores and A320 chipset motherboards. I honestly can't say that I really follow that level of detail when it comes to the chipsets and the generations of stuff until I need to, or I'm thinking about upgrading or buying a new PC. In that case, I'll spend a couple of months mulling over and reacquainting myself with the ecosystem. And same as the Ryzen stuff, the AMD and Radeon stuff, I just don't really follow it that much. Don't think against it, I just don't bother with it. So that's now done. So, is that it? Go to work on Friday. Okay, let's check that. Yeah, I think that's all sorted. So, we have another 3 emails. Audrey1945 at toastmail.com. Hot and broken PC. Not very good with computers, but mine isn't working properly. It's been getting very hot lately and running slower and slower. I don't think I can hear the fan anymore. It lives on the floor. My dusty office hope is not all clogged up. Replace air cooler and clean out dust. Okay, we'll accept that. We got this one from the real Harry Osman. I need your help. I borrowed my mum's brand new PC and I think I clicked something I shouldn't have. Now it's riddled with viruses. I need to be done before she gets back from her friend's house. Hurry. Remove viruses. 200 generic currency and labour. Excellent. And also from GSX Jeff. My daughter's PC. So I'm giving my daughter my PC and she needs lots of RAM apparently. She needs 16 gig and I've currently got 2 and 4 RAM slots on my motherboard. Now does that mean that they've got a 2 gig and a 4 gig stick? Unlikely. Or does it genuinely mean what it says there, which is they've got only 2 gig and 4 gig RAM slots on the motherboard? Okay, what I'm doing, I'm going to accept that. And I could either gamble and get what I think is required, or I could wait for it to turn up. But because I messed up earlier and I was a little bit late, as you can see, we should actually be really on Thursday because I didn't I skipped a day ahead because I didn't I didn't hand in the jobs. I think I'm going to gamble. So it says it needs a new cooler. We've only got 3 coolers. And that's AM4, that's LGA 1151, but this one is all of that and more. If we get that cooler, it should fit whatever turns up, and it's only 10 generic units of currency, so we don't really care if it's not. That'll stay in the cupboard and we can use that whenever. In terms of memory, we're looking at, it says they've only got 2 and 4 gig slots. Does that mean that we can only have, say, and they need 16 gig of RAM, so what, 4 4s? I've currently got 2 and 4 gig RAM slots on my motherboard. So, I would like to buy 2 of this 8 gig. It's only 2133 megahertz, And I assume the motherboard they have will be that at least. Probably 2666. But it doesn't say in the email. And we could wait. The budget for this is 140. So we bought 2 of those, 160, we'd actually gain some profit, but it probably wouldn't work. So I think it's going to have to be this, which would equate to... Oh, yes, so 4 times 35, yes. 1, 2, 3, 4. That would be correct then. That would be 4 times 4 gig, 16 gig, and the money is exactly right. Let's see if that is correct. So that's been hors d'oeuvred, and nothing else to do. That's in transit. And there. Right, so there's the parts. Let's work on this. So upgrade. Upgrade to 16 gig RAM. This is the one I'm mainly concerned with. You can get more tools to unscrew these quicker or automatically as well. So we've got a 2 gig in there. There we go. Install memory. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. That's in. Let's cable this up. I'm not going to put the side back on just in case I've messed something up. Alright. Yeah, that's on. That's it, it's done. It works. Excellent. So I can put the side panel back on. That's the one I was mainly concerned with. Cool. Power that down. Pick it up. Box it up. Send it out. Excellent. Okay, so we'll put that there, and we will collect that because I generally forget about it and discard that. Excellent. So there's other things to do. We've got the viruses, and I believe, yeah, it's scan that one, remove viruses, and that one is replace air cooler and clean out dust. So we've got that to do, and we'll be doing that next episode. So hope you have enjoyed the video. This is basically what we'll be doing throughout the series. A lot of this stuff here is quite basic stuff, but it does progress on to more advanced things. Like I believe you will hit eventually overclocking and water cooling, and you might even get custom builds, but I haven't got that far. But we'll see how we get on, and yeah, hopefully it will be good grief, that is a case and a half, isn't it? Hopefully will be of some enjoyment to yourself. As always, hope you have enjoyed the video. Thanks very much for watching. Take care, and generic partings.